Okay, and now to finish off our project, again, you can use graphics from lesson 1, import them, and we'll do tree, control thing, control key. Just the way we want. Now, one thing to remember when you're using some of these objects, especially like the tree, if you don't like to look at it, and this is one case where you really don't have to maintain the original proportions. You can make it skinnier, whatever suits your needs. And you could bring in a wolf, whatever. It's just another way of doing things, hopefully a little bit easier. And move him over here. Great. So now, uh, let's just go ahead. We could save it. We can save it and then export it. So we have created a word art wolf. We've added a graphic to it. We've put it within a frame so that when you cut it out, it's going to look really good. And whatever you want down here. So now I want to show you something else you can do with word art, which unfortunately means we have to start over. So let's zoom it out a little bit, excuse me. And we're going to go ahead and make sure cap lock's on. We're going to do a welcome sign. And we're going to object selector. We're going to make this larger. Now what a lot of people want to do is they want to make our text on an arc. So it looks cool. A lot of ways of doing this. You could do your text object. You could come over your pencil, and if you're really, really good, you can draw this really cool arc. And then it could be as simple as selecting both of them. Now we're working with a text object, so we can select text and put on path. That's simply enough. You can see it puts it on the path, but because I'm not a great freehand artist with this, my path was crooked, therefore my text is crooked. So let's undo these using Control and the letter Z. And we'll keep our welcome, but I'm going to show you a cool way of making a perfect arc. So let's use our ellipse tool. And it's not showing much because our fill and stroke are white, so we'll make it black. Now what you want to do is not that, is you want this to be bigger than the word. So you look at how the arc is, and this is how your words are going to go across. But we don't see this when we do together. So we can take our rectangle tool, draw that to where it's a little, not that, move it up so it's a little bit less than half of the ellipse showing, and we'll select them both. And since we're working with objects, we'll come up to Object and do nothing. We'll go to Path, and we will select Cut Path. So what that does for us now is we'll click off, and this is what's left. So now let's go ahead and do what we did before. Let's select both of them, and we're going to fit the text. We're going to put it on the path, and there you go. And it's like, great, I don't want to see this. So you could select that icon and do that. Now you have to keep this object because they're tied together, because if you delete it, it's just going to, the text is going to go straight again. So select them both and group them. Now if you look at this, it could be less than optimal. You can see the spacing kind of goes off a little bit on it. So I don't know that that's really the most effective way of doing it. But, you know, if you're doing an irregular path, that's one way of doing it. So another way is, first we're going to convert this text to a path by selecting it, hitting Control, Shift, and the letter C. And if you're watching on the bottom, it says converting object to path, and there's a group of 7. Now, with this all selected, we're going to come up to path, and we're going to pull up the path effect editor, and you'll see here it starts with bend. So then that's exactly what we want. We're going to click add, and it'll show it here. And we're going to select this icon here. Now you'll note over here it's already picked up this tool and put a line there. So let's actually zoom in on this a little bit. And we'll select the path editor tool again. Now if you grab this and move it, you can see it affects the text as we like it. And you can adjust this however you wish.